I ain't gonna spend too much time on this buffoonery right here, but we back with the Boss Link of More. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, and apparently Chavez Jr. raised his hand up and want to volunteer to face Gennady Golovkin May 5th. At the 168-pound limit of super middleweight, and he wants to throw his name in the hat. He's about to fight. I'll link an article in the description. So, it's Trill that's about to fight back. When Chavez was with Top Rank, had some promotional issues, didn't happen. Famously, Triple G was going to move up from 168 for Chavez Jr. and Carl Froch, but wouldn't move up for Andre Ward and asked for 164.5, catch weight, like the punk that he is. He always been a punk, Triple G. But, they got the other young guy, that was at 147, had a few fights at 154 as well. Jamie, whatever his name is, they allegedly offered him Gary Spike O'Sullivan. Now Chavez Jr. is raising his hand to go in there. And Triple G would love to fight a Mexican on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, because Cinco de Mayo actually falls on a Saturday this year. And, he obviously wants to face a Mexican on this holiday for it to sell. But Chavez Jr. had so much of a bad account of himself versus Canelo last May. And he's been out the ring since then. I don't think anybody probably, wants to see it. They probably rather see Gary Spike O'Sullivan or other Mexican guy prospect than Chavez Jr. But they could sell it that he's going to 168. But from what I understand, in the sparring sections at Wildcard Gym, Triple G beat Chavez Jr. down and beat Peter Quillen down as well at those Wildcard sessions. So, I don't know if it's not a demand for none of the three guys. Well, none of the two guys he fighting, Spike O'Sullivan and the Jamie whatever guy, who nobody knows of. And then you throw Chavez Jr. in there. I don't think anybody excited about him neither. Primarily, the three people wanted Billy Joe Saunders, which his hand may not be ready in time. He pushed his fight back with Martin Murray to June 23rd or the 24th. His hand don't sound like it's going to be ready for Cinco de Mayo 2018. And then Danny Jacobs has a fight April 28th. It don't seem like they're willing to accommodate, to slide somebody else in like Andrade in there with Sullick, and then push, make Jacobs go Cinco de Mayo May 5th with Triple G. So it don't seem like they want to make that happen. Jamal Charlo obviously is not an HBO guy, and that's not a risk that Triple G is trying to take right now, especially on short notice. Demetrius Andrade is another guy that people would accept at this point over the two that he's already considering. And he was told that, Triple G don't want to fight a southpaw on short notice, and he commented and said he'll fight right-handed the whole fight to accommodate Triple G's, requests. But at the end of the day, man, they trying to keep that $70 price tag on this fight. And Danny Jacobs and Charlo and Andrade is the only ones that people may be willing to pay for that. The rest of them guys, may it be Gary Spike O'Sullivan, may it be, the Jamie guy, the prospect guy from 154. May it be Chavez Jr. Maybe Chavez Jr. people will get duped into paying for him again, but won't be me. At the end of the day, if Triple G can't get a Billy Joe Saunders, Danny Jacobs, Jamal Charlo in the ring with him, somebody like that, they need to let that day go and just run it with Canelo in September. I know he like to stay active, but we know the fight with Canelo going to happen in September somewhere else. For sure, no later than Cinco de Mayo 2019, but it's going to happen somewhere else because the sanctioning bell body's not going to suspend Canelo, so he could just wait. Instead of, them trying to protect, his record and protect him right now and not put him in there with a threat because they don't want to mess up that Triple G Canelo rematch money. Just don't fight. Do what Sean Porter did with Leonardo Tyner. Do an exhibition, and get the proceeds to charity or something to keep it moving. I know Big Drama Show ain't got big money like that, like he thought he would have at this point. He wants to, still fight Canelo juiced up or not. But, if he was going to continue to fight Canelo, they should have just swept the shit under the rug and did it. Let Canelo sweep it under the rug and keep it moving. Because WBC, WBA, IBF are all, well, I can't say the IBF, but the two, WBA and WBC, is supporting Canelo Alvarez and it's cheating ass. So they still supporting him. They still going to sanction him, maybe in Mexico, Abu Dhabi, UK, Germany, Antarctica, Australia, or wherever. They going to still sanction that. Whoever sanctioned that fight, they still going to have that belt on the line. But for Chavez Jr. to show his face, after that bullshit performance versus Canelo, I know it was at a catch weight, and not try to get a tune-up and not trying to jump in the ring no time soon, Triple G should slap the shit out of his ass. And it's been rumored that he may be facing David Benavidez for the WBC 68-pound title. So, his name is constantly getting him in good positions in boxing, but he really takes advantage of him anymore because he's lazy and he act like he a bum. But it's TBC and more. Y'all know what it is. We out.